Okay, so we're making garlic pork. Garlic pork for the usual Christmas breakfast. So garlic pork is very popular in Trinidad. Phyllis, your mother was the queen of garlic pork.
Well, she was a good cook, period.
And she was the best cook.
I don't know if any of us are so lucky as to cook like her. I try now.
I know.
Certainly wasn't interested when I was young. My mother started steaming garlic pork because she was not comfortable with, she said the family had poor guts and she didn't want us to be ill.
Right.
So she took off some of that heavy seasoning by steaming it whenever. They did it the day before.
Right.
So Christmas morning, the production of the 3 stoves laid out with these humongous pots for frying. My brother comes at 6 in the morning at my home. We have breakfast together. And he starts to fry. And that first smell of garlic pork frying that's the tradition, you know. And
It's
then
not
we make
Christmas
garlic bread as
unless
well.
until you smell that.
No, you have to smell the pork. I mean, we have younger people. We've got, after my mom and dad used to make this quietly in their kitchen for all of us, you know. And then when they died and it came to my home, because mommy was with me for a year before she died, I involved all the family and all the young children, you know, the nieces and the nephews, grandchildren and great-grandchildren, so that they would know, so the tradition could come down. Because if they don't see and understand the work, they can let it die. So they have a real special thing in the family for the pork. And then we make garlic bread as well with hops. I don't think you do that.
You say garlic bread?
We make, yeah.
Or the same thing where we just take the fat of the pork.
You take the fat off the pork and then you slap it on and you take it. So we eat it with that. We don't eat it with anything else. I don't know what came from Madeira. I'm sure it's not the same. It's all evolved.
So Madeira is a small island off Portugal, where most of the...
Which is the Pinheiros, where we came from. Which were most of the Portuguese that came from that area are from Madeira.
More and more every year, it's becoming like a cult. The garlic pork is becoming, it's spreading.
But I mean, and there are a million ways to make garlic pork, I presume, and a million ways to serve it. Everybody has their own special thing, you know. I just do what I learned, what was passed on to me.
We all have our own little twist on garlic pork in Trinidad, and add an ingredient or two that are not necessarily traditional with Madeira.
I have no idea what Madeira... Thyme is not the same thing in Madeira.
At the same time?
No, because my family just came from Madeira this year, and they searched on garlic pork, and the thyme is actually a big leaf.
Yeah.
It's a big molecule like a bay leaf. But the flavor was still similar.
Garlic pork in general has a basic 6 ingredients, which, am I right?
6?
Garlic, thyme, Spanish thyme.
No, Portuguese thyme.
Portuguese thyme.
Don't get thyme.
Don't get
Spanish
thyme.
thyme is the broadleaf thyme.
I did not say
And they call
Spanish
Portuguese
thyme.
thyme now oregano. It's not oregano, it's Portuguese
not
thyme.
oregano or oregano.
Or oregano.
None of that's nonsense.
Portuguese thyme.
It's Portuguese thyme. So it's
Just
Portuguese
saying.
thyme. Salt, vinegar, pork, chili peppers, and I'm missing one ingredient.
You said vinegar?
Garlic. Garlic is a
The king.
Garlic is a great ingredient in garlic pork. It's really
Very
enhances.
necessary, very necessary. That's funny.
So yeah, so it's 6 ingredients, classic 6 ingredients. And I said some Trinis add a little extra things
Yeah, here and there.
to do their own thing, yeah. All right, Mr. Pork, let's go. This is actually some nice belly. Rinse the belly. Nice. You're just rinsing off any excess debris or blood. Well, that's pretty good. Nice. Oh, okay, I never tried that before.
What?
I just put it all inside here and just press go.
Serious?
Yeah.
No, I never. Sorry, I make myself feel it. But look how pretty.
Something.
It gets pretty.
Yeah. Get all that goodness. There's your flavor right there.
That's all of it.
All the flavor of garlic
3
pork.
ingredients.
All right, so time to make the brine. And the brine starts off with, of course, lots of vinegar.
I'll get this.
Some people use apple cider vinegar and all kind of fancy vinegars, but I like the basic white vinegar. It's a little stronger. My sous chef. Vodka on the rocks with bitters. No matter what I cook, it just has an extra je ne sais quoi.
It's such a fool. Get with it. Come, put in your salt. You and your sous chef. Rain.
Salt. Yep. Nice. We're trying to dissolve that salt before we add anything else.
Yeah.
And as I said, some people like the pork saltier than others. Some like it a little more mild. This balance here is what I like for the amount of pork that I use. It's almost totally dissolved now, this salt, yeah? Mm-hmm. It looks absolutely amazing. I mean, if you saw this, people, you know, the salt and the water, there's a certain sort of, the colors. It's amazing. All right, let's add our processed trio combination of Portuguese thyme, garlic,
Peppers.
yep. Nice.
The extra time.
We don't chinks on these Portuguese thyme.
No.
It's put plenty time in eating. We got plenty time for time.
Yep.
Some.
I don't know.
Fresh
So
pepper.
how you see DC? You certainly see that pepper. You're crazy
it's
boy.
kind of
You
thing,
are.
yes. Yeah. But it looks pretty.
You see the difference. You'll see the difference in the meat changing color.
It does change color, yeah.
Yeah. And that Brine, I mean, cooks it.
Yeah.
We sit and eat breakfast, everybody, the whole family. 20 plenty.
Right.
We sit together. So, and you have the coffee percolator on with the coffee.
Coffee and garlic pork.
Coffee, garlic pork. Well, you have drunk enough gin and, well, now they move on. I don't think they drink as much gin now.
No, listen,
Bonnie boys drink more
alcohol and
scotch.
garlic pork is a
Hi,
match.
darling.
A match made in heaven.
Gosh, Mommy should have tasted the brine before we put in the Dawn pork
That's all right.
strips.
So that's a completed brine, and it's all ready to go. I'm going to leave this for how many days? Or in my case, I think 4 days max because of the size. As I told you earlier on, the size of the meat. 4 days is good for me. Let's just get a final palate test here with my mother, who is the decisive factor. Let me know what you think.
Very good mix.
Ooh.
Yeah, I do.
Papa, you pass.
You know, the vinegar is not too much.
Yeah.
The salt is good.
So we're back. It's 4 days later. Today is Tuesday.
Yes.
We did it on a Friday.
That's right. 4 days.
So we had the pork brining for 4 days. I use 4 days, as I mentioned earlier on in the clip, because of the size of the pieces that I cut. 4 days is enough for me. So the next process now is, what I did here was I took the pork out of the brine. I drained all the vinegar out. We don't need that anymore. That's gone.
Gone.
Down the drain. But we kept all the good stuff.
Well, some. You can't keep all
Yeah,
of it.
some.
Yeah.
I kept most. So all the peppers, the thyme, the garlic and whatnot, that's essential to keep. So now what we're doing is steaming the pork first. And by steaming, what we do, my friend Rosemary here would guide me as to her method.
Yeah.
We take the pork and we then put it into this bubbling 1 inch,
1 inch of water.
about
on the
1 inch
pot.
layer of
Yeah.
water
Yeah.
in the pot. And we fill that pot up, I would say about halfway at least. Cover it down and let it bubble up and steam for
20
probably
minutes,
20 minutes.
25 minutes.
Next step, we're going to strain out the pork out of the pot. So this pot of pork here is now steamed. And what we're going to do with the rest of this is save this. You don't throw this away because all the fat, as I said earlier on, has been rendered. There you go. And all the rendered fat from the pork is going to settle at the top. And And that is now your steamed pork and your rendered fat for the frying and for the bread. So now, Rose, the rendered fat, as you see here, has been settling nicely on the top. So we're going to take some of that fat off here and put some in the pan to fry our pork that has been already steamed. So we're going to just rest the pork in a single layer. You don't want to overcrowd the pan. Now that's perfect there right now.
Yeah.
You don't want to cook it too much, but you want to get a nice crust. Look at the color of that. And the belly looks very interesting. Nice. There you go. We're almost there with this batch. All right, so now we're on to the bread. I don't know if all Trinidadians or even all Portuguese use bread with their garlic pork.
Can't talk.
But it just makes sense to me.
Well, we do.
And we all do as well,
So
I do whatever you all do. So get your favorite bread, preferably hops. Get your favorite hops. Any hops will do.
Yeah.
But get a good hops now. Take the hops. Remember the rendered fat has now settled nicely. Again on the top, I just sort of butter the oil.
Yeah,
butter the oil.
That hasn't congealed as yet, but it will eventually.
Put the flame on there. I'm going to rest down the hops to get a nice toasting with all the flavor of the garlic pork.
And then we make this thing. This
is what, pickled onion?
Pickled onion. It just has vinegar, salt, sugar, clove, and hot pepper. And they just leave it for about a week and a half. The older heads eat a piece of onion with a piece of pork.
Right.
With or without bread accordingly.
So just more pungency upon pungency.
Yeah, a lot of people I know. I must have faint of heart, but I don't. And this is your spin now.
So this
is your addition.
Yeah. I saw somebody, actually it was somebody who claims to be Portuguese, doing caramelized onions. And I do like the contrast of the sweet caramelized onions against the pungent pork. So you sort of sprinkle some of that over your pork.
Yeah.
And it's also to die for. So this is the meal right here, pretty much. Got your hops, garlic pork, pickled onion, and caramelized onion.
Yep, that's it, actually. Put a little parsley and ham in that and you have a lovely brunch.
Anybody want to taste? Please, line up.
Please. Go ask twice. I step out.
So we have some tasters here. We're going with napkins. Try a piece of this thing.
He's been training all life. That's hysterical.
Of course, you can also add pepper sauce if you want it even hotter.
If you felt you wanted it.
Like a normal tree.
Yeah.
They probably would, yeah. But please don't put ketchup on the garlic pork.
No.
Please don't put ketchup
don't
on
even
the garlic
suggest
pork.
it. That'll be sinful.
Ever.
You should make him say that.
But they will do it.
You should put your own kitchen for saying that.
They will put the ketchup on the garlic pork. All right, guys. So that's it. That's the whole garlic pork procedure. Hope you guys enjoyed. Approved?
I think so.
Slamming.
You're getting better.
It's nice.
I get it better.
You're getting better. You're getting better.
So bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good Christmas.